Our track program, as he said, did very, very well this year. Both, let's go to boys or girls first. If all the boys receiving a varsity award could come up, please. All the boys on the varsity track team that are getting a letter, please come forward. We're a very young team. The team ended up being 6-4 for the season. But our individual, we only had two seniors, and a whole lot of underclassmen. So I'm very excited with the future of the program. We already had our track banquet, but we had 27 class records broken this year, and I believe it was 9 school records broken this year. So we had a very successful track season. But let's introduce some of our varsity athletes. First is Maxim Meslev. Michael's not here. Malachi. Marcus Elena. Luke Newhauser. Nolan Maxwell. Zach Barton. James Martinez. Gabriel Casanes. Josh Thomas. Ryan Woodsmall. Owen Manning. Daniel Whittier. Ashby Reinhold.
State champion, Michael Zua.
William Scruggs. AJ Ware. Diego Moreno. Gabriel Da Silva. Kyle Eagles.
Eagles.
So everyone knows how does one get a varsity track. These individuals had to be on 3 different meets, had to beat somebody from the opposing team in their event and place. You place in track getting first, second, or third. So all of these folks have done that. So now for the awards. The MVP award in track is always the individual who has scored the most points and helped the team win. And this year's MVP is Maximus Leo.
So I'm going to announce the Unsung Hero Award. Again, we kind of already had our awards night, so the kids kind of already know. Our Unsung Hero Award, the kids vote upon it themselves. I would have picked him whether or not the kids kind of voted or not. He's always happy. He's that kid that you can turn to. And, you know, by definition of the unsung hero, I think of the person as like the sixth man and as the throwing coach. He really came through for us for the relays. We ended up placing when we weren't expecting to, no offense to place. So without further ado, Gabe, the unsung hero.
Most improved player is given to the person who was improved from last season to this season, not during the season, but from 1 year to the next. This year's individual improved over 20 seconds in the mile. He got down to like a 5.0000, so next year he's going to crush that goal. This year's most improved player is Nolan Maxwell. And the Coaches Award goes to the individual who, well, obviously the coaches talked about who's the most deserving. This is the person that is probably the individual that I personally respect. I respect all of these gentlemen, make no mistake about it. But this individual I respect the most, if I had to force rank them. He is not just a great teammate and a great athlete, and he himself improved tremendously this year from last year to this year. I think he was second percentage-wise in the most improvement. He went from a guy who last year was getting second places to this year he was pretty much undefeated in the 400 meters. But he's not getting this award because of how fast he ran the 400 meters. He's getting this award because he's a great teammate, he's a great student athlete, and he's a great man. And this year's Coaches Award goes to Luke Newhouser. Come on, just come over here, scoot. Here, pitches real quick. Tall guys in the back, vertically challenged in the front.
Yeah, I know.
Parents, if you want pitches, come get them. You can come up and people don't mind it. This is going to happen all night long.
No shortage of cameras tonight. Please come forward at this time.
only loss they had in league was during April vacation, and we had about a third of our team not there that day. The team that beat us was Worcester Technical during April vacation. That was the only loss these girls had. But at the league meet, when we went against Worcester Technical, we beat them by almost 100 points. So, and these girls are league champions again. 3 years in a row, or 2 years, 4 years in a row? So 4 years in a row, these ladies. And before I introduce some of the successes, so they basically went undefeated. They won leagues again. We had a lot of, at the relay meet, we had numerous teams who placed, and a couple of them actually won. So we had a banner year, without question. But before I forget about our banner year, some things that Mr. Jones may have forgotten is Rachel Bieber. She won the triple jump for 2 years in a row, and she went to nationals, and she went to nationals before too. She's pretty. But this year, she won states in 2 different events: the triple jump and the long jump, and she got 3rd in the 400 meters in the state. So. Rachel is by far the best track athlete we've ever had here. Well, not by far, because we've had some great athletes in the past, but she, without question, the best we've had. So our first varsity letter goes to Rachel Bieber. Simon Mancara. Jada Go. Rosie Martinez. It wasn't until this season I finally realized her name was Rosalia. Now I haven't been able to get that Springsteen song out of my head. Ava Georgia. Jenna Olson. Sophia Martinez. Aisha Silva. Caitlin Marcy. Trying to see. Bradley Woodier. Mia Pippin. Alexis Libby. Marissa Vinko. Valerie Ross. Hannah Veraska. Terry Stein. Lauren Williams. Anisha Perry. Lara Kanaki. Annie Reinberg. Celeste Meredith. Jenna Eagles. Did I miss anyone? No. Right on awards. She's not here, but I want to mention her nonetheless. Murray won Most Improved Player. She did both the 100-meter hurdles and the 400-meter hurdles, and she improved significantly in both of them this year. And in the 400-meter hurdles, she improved so much that she was crowned the league champion and league all-star.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's probably working.
So our unsung hero, again, it is voted on the team. It just so happens both of my throwers were the unsung hero this year. I'm used to being most improved, but it's okay. We got unsung hero. Our unsung hero award this year was Lizzie. Lizzie was phenomenal. She helped out, whether it was the athletes or the coaches. I know I leaned on her a lot. Everybody kind of leaned on her, and she rightfully won this. Voted on it. So yeah, Lizzie.
Our most valuable player, like anyone in the room doesn't know who our most valuable player is. She, you know, you always have to remember times in your past where, you know, like certain athletes had phenomenal years. You know, I'm old enough to say like Yastrzemski in '67, Bird in '85, and certain folks throughout the years that are just phenomenal with statistics and had outstanding years. But Rachel not only was our leading scorer, but if you took our second leading scorer, our third leading scorer, and our fourth leading scorer, and added up all their, still wouldn't meet Rachel's score. So Rachel is our most valuable player. That's it.
Oh no, we have a coach's award. She's not good.
The Coaches Award this year goes to Veronica Kozenka. Veronica, like Luke, is somebody who I respect very much as a student athlete and as a young lady. She is unequal as far as her leadership. Both her, and this will talk to you a little bit about our Coaches Award and our our coach, Unsung Hero. Liz, Esmond, and Veronica were in a senior study together, and they were bored. So they went around and they said, like, we'd like to clean up our campus. So they spent like 2 weeks going room to room, cleaning out all the air ducts in all the rooms throughout AMSA. Why? They just wanted to do it, and it just tells you what type of character they are. So our Coaches Award this year goes to Veronica Kozenka. I'm gonna pictures. Parents, come on up.
Next up to the podium is our Marlboro High School AMSA boys tennis coach, Mr. Matt Sanko.
team to actually show up today. I saw there was a 10% chance of rain. Thought some of you guys might bail. I guess I'll start off by giving the Coach of the Year award to myself for being prepared for this event, as I found out this was an award ceremony where you guys would be getting awards about 25 minutes ago. So, here we go. So we had a good season. We made it to the state or the district championships again. It came up a little short, but all in all, we had a really wonderful year with a great group of seniors and a great group of students, and I think this program has a lot to look forward to in the coming years. I have told most of the guys, but unfortunately that will be without me as I've changed careers and moved on. But the tennis team is poised to grow over the next coming years with the group that we have and the group that's coming up. So, without any data to validate any of this, I'm going to give the Most Improved Award to Moria Vermani. Our Unsung Hero Award, it's coming up, all right? Am I supposed to announce the seniors first? What do you guys? All right, we'll do that later. We also don't have any physical awards for you because I think you got one from Marlboro. You guys, you didn't? I don't know. You'll get an award. Like I said, I'm over-prepared for this. So Moria was a rock solid player all this year. Not to say you were bad last year, but we saw a lot of growth in your strength and your mental game this year. So congratulations. The Unsung Hero. This was a hard one, but we're going to give it to Surya Guy. Surya is someone who showed up every match. He coached a lot of our young players. He always took on the responsibility of being a leader of this team. He was one of our captains. So I'm very happy to give Surya the Unsung Hero Award. Coach's Award. So this one was fairly easy in my mind. Every time we played a match, the opposing coach would come up to me and compliment this player about how kind he was. He would always be giving his opponent tips or compliments or pointing out things that they could work on. So he was someone who I always enjoyed watching play, and his opponents always spoke so highly of him. So the Coach's Award will go to Arush Patnala. Even though he doesn't actually go to Marlboro or AMSA, somehow he still gets an award. Did you drive here yourself?
No.
Next time. All right, and our MVP will go to another one of our senior captains. He was our #1 singles player all year, which is a very tough position to play. There's some extremely competitive tennis players in Central Massachusetts who play in the one singles. So although his record on paper doesn't look stellar, he played some outstanding matches against some outstanding opponents. He could have won Most Improved as well, but our MVP this year is Arya Vermani. He almost got golden gamed against Wellesley, too. All right, so I guess we'll announce the rest of our lineup. So Matt Gata is one of our senior captains. You hear Matt? Why doesn't the tennis team just come up and we'll read your names? Come on up, tennis team. Tennis? That's you guys. Come on up. Yeah? Yeah, use your feet. Come on. All right, so one of our senior captains is Matt Gata. go. Another one of our senior captains, Surya Guy. Then we have senior Veronica Kapoor. Senior captain Arush Patnala. Also senior, Azar Pirzadeh. Senior captain Arya Vermani. Junior Arnav Gairola. Sophomore Manraj Singh. Sophomore, Moria Vermani. Sophomore, Saruth Apala. Keshav Kumar. Second grader. Ethan Kwan. Not here. All right. Sophomore Simon Valentino. Freshman. I saw him here. He was here. No? All right. Congrats, guys. Good luck to you seniors.
Come here. Outside.
Pictures. Thank you.
Next up, we'll keep with the tennis theme. Coach David Gordon and the girls tennis team, come on up.
Happy to be here. Pete Jones, thanks for setting this all up. It's good to be back. Mr. Jones, I kind of forgot the order here. I'm going to introduce the team. So I'm going to introduce the team to you guys, and we'll go through the awards, and we'll move it along. So this was a different kind of year, as compared to last, but I'm very proud of this team. I think that we had a great year, and really enjoyed our time together. Meet the team. We have 7th grader, our lone 7th grader this year, Sahasra Jangareddy. All right, moving on to 8th grade, Ashley Ware. Okay, what do we got? Another 8th grader, Samira Patnala. All right, moving on to 9th grade now. Ava Daly, come on up. Another 9th grader, Rachel Chanankara. 8th grader, Abby Benjaminson. All right, next grade, 10th grade, Gloria Yen. 10th grader, she's here, Shreya Venkila. Nice. All right, our one and only 11th grader this year, Emily Lapoint. All right, I'd like to just recognize our 3 seniors here who, we're all excellent, and I couldn't have done it without them. They made this season very meaningful because it's, you're coming down off of the season we had last year. So I'm very proud of all 3 of these people. I think that they were excellent people for the rest of the team to look up to. The first one I'm going to mention is not here, but she had an excellent year, Shruti Karada. Moving along, senior class of 2022, McKenna Olson. And we'll wrap it up with 12th grader, Anna Grankin. Anna Grankin. All right, for our awards, we'll start with MVP. This individual has, through many years now, worked to improve their game. I think is a great role model for all of us that are watching on the type of focus and determination you want to play with. She was at the top of the lineup and had to play all the toughest players, and that just made everyone's job easier. And she had a successful year, and has just always been excellent when it matters the most. This award for MVP goes to Emily Lapoint. It's okay. All right, what do we got? Unsung Hero. All right, Unsung Hero. I would like to describe this award as someone who, there's a lot going on during the season, and every now and then, you just need a little pressure release. And this person, no matter where we put her in the lineup, she was always ready to go with no baggage, no worries, just put this person anywhere and she's ready to play. In addition to that, it's not just that she made our life easier. She also did lots of things that didn't go unnoticed, staying late to help out, and just being supportive and really finding a way to fit in and thrive in our first year on the team. Our Unsung Hero is going to go to 8th grader Ashley Ware. Most improved. All right, our most improved this year is going to go to someone who, if we clone them 7 times, you would just have a highlight reel of amazing feats of athleticism. This person is an athlete who we, gave a tennis racket and told them to do athlete things, and just improved every day. And once a day did something that kind of made us all be like, whoa. I hope this person keeps playing tennis. She was excellent this year and improved every day. Happy to give this award to McKenna Olson. All right. And lastly, Coach's Award, which I've never given out before because this is a new thing this year, right? Yeah, okay. Coach's Award. For criteria here, at least when we think about it, me and Coach Cat here, we think of the person who is just joyous to be around, someone who, you know, gets that this is just a game that we're playing, so they have this great balance of competing fiercely, but also just enjoying what they're doing. In addition to that, this individual knows that you know, she can't play all 5 positions, so she really did an excellent job daily of inspiring people to really improve, because I didn't mention it, but we have a lot of brand new tennis players this year. And I think that this person really helped people believe in themselves and you know, play as good as they could. So a great role model for just that good balance of joy and competitiveness. Really happy to give this award to Anna Grankin. Okay. Thanks, everybody. You want to like kind of choose 2 rows? 2 rows. Yeah. Less tall in front.
I know, I should have just kept them going to like more
A few moments ago, when I was at the mic, I thanked our coaches for being incredibly selfless. Sometimes, like, life things happen during the season, so I want to congratulate, and they'll be coming up in a moment, Coach Brendan McDonough, our assistant baseball coach, got married a few weeks ago. Congratulations. And our head coach, John Gendron, became a father just a few days later. Coach Gendron, congratulations. So let's bring up Coach Gendron, Coach McDonough, and the boys varsity baseball team. Come on up.
My name is John Gendron. I'm the coach of the varsity baseball team. I just wanted to first make sure I thanked a couple people first. First and foremost, Mr. Jones. Really appreciate everything you do and putting up with everything I throw at you. The other coach here, Brendan McDonough. Can't thank you enough for stepping up this year especially, but every year I don't ever thank you enough. And I think we make a great team, and I hope we have many years to come. And then last but not least, all the parents. I apologize that I don't do a great job with communication with you guys. Every year I say I'm going to do a meeting at the beginning of the year. I'm going to do better with being open and getting to know the parents, and so they know me and where I'm coming from, and each and every year I failed to make that adjustment, and I apologize for that. But I also just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to try to teach your children and just giving me the opportunity to coach, because it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. And without you guys allowing me to do it, I mean, in 2022, I really didn't think I'd still be coaching. And it says a lot about the parents allowing me to do what I do, and just thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Let's talk about the season. Coming into this year, I think that overall, expectations probably weren't all that high. We had a heck of a run last year and went to the state semifinals, and we lost some really key pieces. We lost our starting catcher of 5 years. We lost our center fielder. We lost a lot of huge pieces, and our number 1 and 2 pitchers. And it was kind of, well, if we make the playoffs, I would say it was going to be a good year. And we went out and overall record of 16-2 in the regular season, and we won the Cal title again. We went undefeated in our league, and overall, I'd say we had a great year, and that was due in part to every single one of you guys. Big shout out to Liam Thornley, stepping up. He caught every single game for us, just a freshman, but acted and carried himself like a true professional throughout the entire year. And without him stepping up, we don't have the season we have. So, hell of a job. Want to shout out just a couple other guys. Nick Fritz, he's a one-of-a-kind kid and the most genuine, loving, great teammate, great friend, and I do anything for that guy. And it's from the dedication and the work you put in and the selflessness you've had, and it's just day in and day out, and it's the most genuine thing I've seen, and it's appreciated. It's really appreciated, and you went from having basically no role on the team last year, although you were on the team playing-wise. You made an impact on the bench. You come in this year, and all that work paid off, and you got a big part of the team on the field this year. So just wanted to shout you out, and I wish you the best of luck going forward. Just a couple other guys I just want to talk about for a second. Brayden Deckers and Evan Scully. Now, these two guys, it's a little bit sad for me because these are like the last 2 of my original class. And these 2 guys have been coaching since they're in the 6th grade here at AMSA. And the only 2 that made it in the 6th grade of my first year coaching the JV squad. And you've kind of just been plugging along ever since, and that I'm gonna miss you guys a lot, and I really appreciate everything you've shown me and taught me over the years, and I hope to be seeing you more in life, but wish you nothing but the best as well. So I'll just call you guys up here now. Brayden Deckers. Nicholas Fritz. Evan Scully. Joseph Skowarnik. Lucas Kale. Patrick Hoban. Christos Cambosos. Calvin Thompson. Michael Domino. Yanni Cambosos. Matthew Menendez. Anthony Skillings. Joseph Veronica. Liam Thornley. Our only middle schooler, Trevor Petty. Now for a few awards. First award is going to be the Coach's Award. That's going to go to Joseph Skornik. So Joe, day in, day out, just put his body on the line. And if everybody could play with the tenacity and passion that Joey plays with, baseball would be alive and well, that's for sure. And you're the guy I want on the field with me. And that's why you get that award. You don't say much, but you work as hard as anybody. And I'd say this guy averaged 10 layouts of practice. Like he was in the air and on the ground more than he was on his feet, and he can run. So, congratulations, Joey. All right, the Unsung Hero Award. So the Unsung Hero Award, I kind of just looked at that name and decided I didn't care what it said, because this award's going to a person who is far from unsung, at least from what I think that word means. But this guy was probably going into the season considered our most talented player, or right up there. So there's no big surprise that he had a great season. Brayden Beckers. Most Improved Player Award. It's going to go to Evan Scully. So Evan last year, he played a pretty big role on our team, but didn't pitch all that much for us. And then this year, he ended up pitching 44 1/3 innings. He went 5-0. He had 70 strikeouts, while only having an ERA under 1 at .632. So he absolutely dominated on the mound after not really even pitching the year before. So that's what kind of made him worthy of the Most Improved Player. The Most Valuable Player. He's unable to be here tonight, but Anthony Skillings will be accepting the award on his behalf. So Cal this year, he had 62 at-bats. He hit .581 with 36 hits, 11 doubles, 33 stolen bases, and 36 runs. 36 runs and 36 hits. Also with 23 RBIs. So I'm pretty sure he hit the best in the whole state, and he's our MVP.
All right, next up, I'll welcome to the podium the head coach of our girls lacrosse program, Alyssa Lamar.
Ladies, come on. That's trying to drink your vitamin water.
I didn't see the text. I haven't seen the text yet.
So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Jones. He works countless hours, including nights, weekends, arranging schedules, bus rides, referees, game clocks, even coordinating. This evening, he spends a tremendous amount of time to ensure that all of our AMSA athletes have a positive experience. So thank you, Coach Jones. I would also like to thank our JV coach, Laura Yulgovich, who's here tonight. It was much appreciated that she offered to take the JV girls lacrosse program. We were fortunate enough to have 40 girls come out for girls lacrosse this season, and it would have been impossible to coach both the way they deserve to be coached without Coach Yulgovich. So thank you. Huge thank you to both of my assistant coaches this season. Rob Jackson worked on strength and conditioning with the girls at practice, as well as pitching in wherever needed with the drills with the JV team. He kept our statistics during the games, and I believe the strength and conditioning piece was a huge factor in our second half success. And as a team, we scored 223 goals this season. 118 of those came in the second half, and I think that it was because we were in better condition and able to outwork our opponents. The girls have heard this more than once. So thank you, Coach Jackson. Also, big thank you to Andy Craig. Coach Craig has seen this group of seniors come up through high school, many of our 9 seniors starting with the program as middle schoolers. He is committed and knowledgeable, but most of all, he really supported this group, and he was a huge part of the team's success. The girls always knew he had their backs. He knew when to crack a joke and when to help the ref make a better call, and when to push the girls because he knew they were capable. So he was a huge support to me. I am grateful for all he has done. Thank you, Andy. So I'm really proud of this team this season. We came off a shortened COVID season last spring with only a single win. I thought, I just hope these girls return next year. But they did, and they brought friends. It was great. After the tryout process, I told the girls, we have varying lacrosse abilities among the team, but we have fantastic athletes. If they could all just give 100% effort and focus on improving as individuals, they would in turn be more successful as a team. I think they all stepped up to this challenge. We finished the season 14-5. We came in first place in the Colonial League with a 7-1 record in the league. We won our first postseason game versus Littleton, and we qualified for the MIA state tournament. Congratulations, ladies. I also want to mention that we had 6 players named as Colonial League All-Stars this season, so congratulations to those 6. It was Tessa Donahue, Melissa Babinski, Alyssa Craig, Avery Preskin, Leah Yogovich, and Shayla McCarthy. So ladies, I'm going to say a little something about each of the girls as they come up and receive their certificate. And they're going to receive their certificate from the assistant coaches. I'm just going to keep talking. If we can just hold the applause, I will get through all of them very quickly, and we can just clap for all of them at the end. I would appreciate it. So I just want to recognize all of the members of the varsity team. Every player had great effort, improved throughout the season, and all contributed to the success of the team. We are graduating 9 seniors, and although we are excited for them, they will certainly be missed on the fields next spring. I am looking forward to the opportunities the underclassmen have, and am completely confident that they will step up and continue the team's success and proudly represent NAMSA girls lacrosse. So I'm just, yeah. They're probably out of order. You don't have to look for them. Okay. First player. This girl is so coachable. Most versatile player. Could literally play her anywhere, including probably in net. Kira Powers. My girls are better listeners on the field, but we're just going to hold the applause. Okay. First player. Yeah, Kira Powers. This next player had a constant smile. She was even competing for ground balls. She was still smiling. Bella Rand. Oh, she's not here. Always so positive and encouraging for all of her teammates. Jackie Hartman. Fantastic shot for a defenseman. I keep threatening to change her position to attack. Anna Alonso. She's not here. So I embrace the competition always, even challenging the coaches to race with her. Elena Anderson. Best turnaround goal of the season against Littleton to tie the game heading into half, Maeve Powers. Spunky and determined, run through a wall if that's what her team needed, and she's also our highest scoring sophomore this season with 22 goals, Claire Jackson. Gaining confidence all season and always stepping up and playing unselfishly. Never forgets her sunscreen, but sometimes forgets her stick. She'll go on the stage. Most likely to make the other teams nervous. We love her compete, but she did tie for most penalty minutes on the team. Maddie Poirier. Stick skills are so improved, and she has a mind for the net. Needs to work on dodging those opponent sticks for Brian. Great ball anticipation on the field, and also most likely to tell the ref that she got sworn at, Tori Roberts. Works hard to improve her game, and does it all with style. She tied for the most penalty minutes, and she was also our highest scoring junior with 25 goals this season, Shayla McCarthy. Very athletic, this player embraces her position, often getting beat up in net. Finished the regular season with an amazing 2.36 goals against average, goalie Sierra Green. Our only lefty on the team and a fantastic stick in the offensive zone, Hallie Pippin. Has a fantastic catch, and she's a great team player. We want to see her use that awesome shot she has more often next season, Devin Gawowski. Small but mighty on defense. She's always in a scrum, and the coaches bet every time that she's coming out with the ball, Katie Scott. She moves the ball well and always a staple to our offense. Love her positivity, Amelia Parker. Strong on defense, always assessing the situation. Our coach on the field, Kim Sue. Is she? Okay. Player with a big heart. She is determined and she has a great finish. She has the best back check on the team as well, scoring 34 goals this season and serving as one of our 2 captains for the last 2 seasons, Alyssa Craig. Strong defensive-minded player, used her athleticism to step up and win some big draws in the center circle, Melissa Babinski. Strong competitor, great athleticism, determined and smart. She led our team with 63 goals this season and also served as one of our 2 co-captains over the last 2 seasons, Leah Jogovich. Ran our defense on the field, always making life difficult for our opponents, most likely to earn a call as well, but could always count on her to jump up and play on, Tessa Donahue. Huge threat on attack, a goalie's nightmare. This player had a knack for the net and played hard the whole time on the field. She scored 50 goals this season and also has bragging rights to leading her squad team to championship. Avery Preston. And last is our senior goalie, who came up with some big saves throughout this season and all while wearing as little equipment as possible, Sandra McCain. So now, that's all of them, 20. So now we're going to move on to our individual awards, starting with Most Improved. This player had never played organized lacrosse before she started this season. The coaches and teammates always had to be paying very close attention when she was releasing the ball. We never quite knew where it was going to go. She worked on that. She was not always the most focused practice player either, but I tell you, every game she put her game face on and she was ready to go. She stepped up for the team defensively and embraced her nickname as Prancer. I hope she continues to improve her lacrosse skills this year, as she will be a huge asset to our team next season. Most improved is Elena Anderson. Coaches Award. This player continued all season to be on top of everything, staying positive, being organized, as well as being a huge contributor on the field. She really matured this season as a team captain and was a great communicator and advocate for her team. She handled having a parent on the bench in stride, which is not always easy. She started with this team in middle school and she accumulated over 70 points for the team in her high school career. We will miss her greatly next season. Coach's Award is Alyssa Craig. Unsung Hero. This player always was a rock on defense for her team. She contributed to the success of our low goals against average and most often was responsible for the opposing team's most dominant player. The coaches were always confident with her while she was in the defensive zone, and she had a positive attitude and was able to anticipate the other team's moves, causing many turnovers. This season's Unsung Hero, Tessa Donahue. Our most valuable player. This senior is a gifted athlete. She gives 100% effort every time she steps on the field. She has a great game awareness. She always pushes her teammates to be better. She served as a 2-year co-captain of the team. She scored her 100th career point earlier in the season, and she actually scored her 100th goal in the Littleton game, which I think we missed, but that was her 100th goal. And she finished her career as the all-time leading scorer in AMSA girls lacrosse history with 101 goals, 19 assists, 120 career points. Most valuable player, Leah Jogovich. congratulations on a tremendous season, ladies. We wish our 9 graduating seniors the best of luck as they continue with college in the fall. And I have always told them many times they've heard this, but my wish for them is to get involved outside the classroom with something that they love, whether it's lacrosse or something else for physical activity. I want them to work at being lifelong athletes. And for my underclassmen, there are no days off. Next season starts tomorrow. So lastly, I would like to ask my captains, Leah and Alyssa, to come up as their last captain duty. I would like them to pass the torch to the next 2 young ladies who are going to take over for captain of this team. Captains were voted on by the team, and I think the team made 2 fantastic choices.
Devin Gawoski
And Shayla McCarthy.
And pictures.
Someone will send it to you.
All right, next up to the podium, we'll welcome Coach Frank Arena from our boys varsity lacrosse program.
There's more emphasis. You get one guy into the club, and he brings his friends. He says,
It's a big team.
All right. So I would just like to first start off by thanking some people. I'd like to thank Pete Jones and the administration for everything they do for this program. Being here since the program started, seeing how it's grown and everything that Mr. Jones and the administration has done to help this program grow has been fantastic. Our first 4 or 5 seasons, we only had 1 jersey. We had blue jerseys, that's it. So we had to contact teams and tell them to bring whites to play us. So it's come a very long way for sure. But, and obviously the play on the field has shown with all the support we've gotten as well. For the first time in 10 years, I actually had managers this year. I'd like to thank them, Gabe, Colin, and Jacob, for everything that they did. Colin and Jacob were in charge of our filming this year, which was fantastic for us to be able to get the film and watch it. Gabe was mostly in charge of the book, and I wish that Gabe had come around before this year, because before this we had the JV players do the book, and yeah, so we actually had accurate stats this year, so I appreciate that, Gabe. On top of that, but going to that, I'd like to thank the JV players. I know they're not here, but some of these players here at varsity have siblings who are on the JV team. You know, they're the future. They're looking up to these guys and what they need to do, and you know, it's not a great job for them, but you know, game days we need them. End line balls, replacing them, putting the nets on, taking the nets off, just little things like that that all of these guys had to do at one point as JV players. Now these guys are taking over. I'd like to thank my assistant coach, Tom Hirsch, and also my other assistant who's not here tonight, but Brendan Lamar, for coming this year to help us. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without Tom as one of my assistants. He's been amazing since he started. Just his first year when he came in, just showing up to a practice when my brother and I were coaching, he just said, "Hey, can I hang out and watch?" And I said, "Sure." Then 3 days later, he was there all 3 days, and then I was like, "Well, do you just want to coach?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's been here ever since, and it's the greatest thing that's happened to this program for us. So thank you, Tom, for everything. And most of all the parents of all these players, thank you for everything. Not just your support of the program on the field, but everything you do for these players off the field. The pasta dinners, the post-game meals, the pre-game meals, the pre-game breakfast. I've been involved in lacrosse since I started playing in 1998. I never had a pre-game breakfast before a playoff game. That was awesome. So that was great to get the guys there and get them just, get them in and talking and hanging out before the game. It was nice. I think it settled everybody down a lot. But everything you do, I mean, you help this program get to that next level. So thank you very much for everything. All right, a couple things for the season. We kind of, Mr. Jones kind of went over before. 16-4 overall, best in program history. 15-3 in the regular season. We won our first 13 games of the season, longest win streak in program history. 8-0 league record. It's our second time as league champs, but the first time as sole champions of the league. We had 4 players this year with over 30 goals and 2 with over 50. The 50 goals were 57 by Tom Hirsch and 55 by Pat Andrews. Before this, we only had one season where we ever had a player score over 50 goals. So for 2 guys to do it in the same year is amazing. Our league all-stars, I'd like to just recognize them real quick because this is the most we've ever had, 9 league all-stars. Andrew DeRose, Harry McCarthy, Tavin Hirsch, Marko Gergovich, Thomas Hirsch, Caden Grinnell, Patrick Andrews, Nick Rochello, Jesse Mativish. Just a testament to these players and everything they've done for this program. Like I said before, this is my 10th season here. And in the past, you've have coaches that come up, and especially when you're a new program starting, you get a lot of coaches coming up to you saying, "Hey, it'll get better." And you're like, "Yeah, no, it will." And then now with where we've been these last 5-6 years, where we're making the tournament every year, winning records, competing for league championships, it's been huge. But just to show how these players, not only how hard they play on the field, but also how they're respected around the league. The amount of coaches I had this year, including coaches from teams that we didn't even play this season, that would text me or talk to me after the game and just compliment the program's growth, the players, everything they're doing, the awards that they were seeing, the names they were seeing popping up. I mean, that's all because of these guys right here. So thank you guys for everything. Coach Hirsch has prepared something that he wants to tell to the seniors.
All right, I'd just like to thank Coach Frank and Pete Jones for giving me an opportunity to speak. This will probably be the only time you guys actually have to listen to me. Oh, sorry. All right. I would like to thank Coach Frank and Pete Jones for allowing me to speak. This will probably be the first and last time you guys actually have to listen to me. Back in the spring of 2013, where a couple of these boys, they were little boys then, we called them bobbleheads because of the helmets, they looked like bobbleheads. When they began their lacrosse career, they asked for volunteers, and for some reason I said yes. And again, as Coach Frank said, at 27, I kind of showed up looking for something to do in the afternoons. So I've been here ever since. So the seniors this year is kind of a special class for me. While a lot of these kids I've coached in the youth sports, not just lacrosse but in other sports as well. So a lot of these kids are like my own sons, but these guys especially, their journey has been my journey. So I just wanted to take a moment and publicly recognize these now young men, because I never gave them a break at all. So I'm constantly on them about, yeah, that was good, but you can do better. So I just wanted to let them know that I am quite proud of you guys, all right, for everything that you've done, all right, and it was my pleasure to watch you guys grow up from, as I said, the little bobbleheads to the young men that you are today. So I pray that I've left you all with something that is useful for you along the way. And I want you to know that even though our paths are now separating, when I do see you again, I will not hesitate to give you the pat on the back for that job well done, a helping hand if you need when you're knocked down, and if need be, a kick in the ass if you stray too far from the straight and narrow. All right? My expectations for you guys are high, and yours should be as well. So, like I've been kind of hammering home this year, don't be ordinary, be more than that. Be extraordinary, guys. Thank you.
All right, we got some certificates here to hand out. So first one, Andrew DeRose. Casey Matevich. Patrick Andrews. Johnny Fantasia. Nick Rochelle. Luke Massey. Jake Allison. Jesse Matevich. Harry McCarthy. Colin Glenn. Dylan Rapasi. Tavin Hirsch. Bryce Fuller. We were 13 games into the season. This is the first time I heard Bryce talk. So we talked a little bit after that. That was good. Hayden Kearney. Marco Gergovich. Thomas Hirsch. Spencer Chang. Caden Grinnell. This next person, I want to, just a quick story about him when I bring him up. Matt Benjaminson. So Matt's a senior, and Matt in the Archbishop Williams game, the playoff game, hurt his knee. He came to practice the next day, and he said, yeah, it's really, he emailed me, he says, it's really bothering me. I said, well, it's our only real practice before the next tournament game. I need you to practice. But he showed up, and his knee was 3 times the size of the other one. And I said, never mind, you're not practicing. Rest it, get ready for Saturday. Saturday, we went to Linfield. He went out, he did the warm-ups, and he came over to me, and he's like, Coach, I'm doing everything I can. I tried. He goes, I can't go. And just speaking to his character as a senior, knowing that that could be your final game, he chose the team over himself because he knew that he could hurt the team on the field because he couldn't go full speed. So Matt, thank you for that. I mean, that's the toughest thing I think you could have done. I don't know if I would have been able to do it, but that's great. Thank you. John Bergello. AJ Gotherman.
Zach Goodell? No. Zach first. Noah Hill? Good. And Andrew McCabe? No. Is that it? Jack Ryan? Okay. The awards here. All right, so our first award is Most Improved. This award was an easy one. This was the easiest award of the year to pick for sure. Actually, Caden and I were having a conversation during a practice one day. We were only about halfway through the season, and he said to me, he's like, this guy's 100 times the most improved player, and I was like, yeah, that's not even a question about it. Easily one of the hardest workers on this team, and it showed as his season progressed. His performances this year in the second half of the first BBT game, the second time we played Assabet, and then the 6-3 win against Nipmuc, he was hands down the driving force behind those wins, the way he played. A 6.2 goals against average on the season. The Maryland goalie who won the national championship of the year had an 8.6 goals against average, so there you go, Jesse. All right. Also, first-time league all-star and first-year starter on varsity, Most Improved, Jesse Mativich. All right, Unsung Hero Award, and this one definitely describes this kid very well. He's been one of my favorite players to have this time. He was one of the kids that came in and played on varsity as a 7th grader. There's 3 of them on this team. He came in, didn't get a ton of time as a 7th grader, but was on the varsity roster, was then ready. Then as an 8th grader, jumped right in and took over the starting role. Much like Jesse did, had huge moments in games this year that led us to victory. Plays a position that does not get much notoriety in the headlines at all, but is definitely one of the top 2 most important positions at the face-off. Only 3 games this season where he was at or below 50% on the face-offs against his opponent. A vocal leader on and off the field for the defense. We all knew that. Anybody who was at the games knew that he was a vocal leader because I tried to ask him if he just wanted to coach with me at the same time. He said he was all set because he was even louder than me. So was always ready to help wherever we needed him, whether it was defense, needed a big win on the face-off, going to go in on man down. Just always there, ready to play. Super excited that he was stuck it out all this time with everything else he had going on outside. Our Unsung Hero is Andrew DeRose. The Coaches Award this year goes to a senior that this was a tough one. We had a lot of guys on this team. There's a lot of guys on this team that could have definitely won this award. But late in the season is where it kind of shifted for me, and it went into this kid's favor. In our last regular season game against Mansfield, we lost our 2 top scoring midfielders in the exact same game, which as a coach is always so much fun to try to figure out. When Tom and Tav and Hirsch both went down. Our Central Mass playoff game was only just a couple days away. We had to bring 2 younger guys up into the midfield and pair him with this player who I talked to at the practice the day after Mansfield, and I was like, you're the guy now. You're going to be the leader of this midfield line. And he just goes, yep. So he knew, he was ready, and there was no doubt about it, and he was. And you know what? He became a vocal leader this year. His points might not have been there, but it's the things, I used to always tell him, it's the things he did on the field, the small things that many people didn't see because you wouldn't see it in the paper. But as a coach, I saw. And they were huge for us, and I'm certainly going to miss this kid a lot. Johnny on the spot. Johnny. All right, and the last award, MVPs. We went with 2 because honestly, I don't think you have one without the other here. These are the other two players who came in varsity as 7th graders. Started as 7th graders, I should say. These two plus DeRose, I have coached these kids longer than 2 of my own children have been alive. And my other one is only a year older than I've been coaching them, so I feel like I might know them even better than I know my own kids. The first player, Caden Grinnell. Caden Goodell finished his career with 115 goals and 102 assists for 217 points. First player that I have coached ever to finish a career with 100 and 100. A record that I honestly don't know if it will be broken anytime soon. Like, not even close. Over 100 assists is amazing. A league all-star again this year, like I said. 6-year varsity starter. Missed half of his 8th grade year with a knee injury, so those numbers could have been even higher, for sure, if he was able to get through the rest of 8th grade there. But just it's sad for me to see him graduate, but I'm excited to see what he does in the future. Just because when you have a player that starts for you for 6 years, you never have to think about his position. You just know every year coming in, you're like, that's okay, I got Caden there, we'll figure it out. And you try to plug another attackman, and he worked with everyone. He knew, he just flowed with it and went with it. And this year really, not only was he a great player, he kind of was like another coach with me. We talked a lot during practices, we bounced ideas off of each other, and it's just turned out to be a great year. So congratulations, Caden. And our other MVP is the other senior, Thomas Hirsch. Thomas finished his career with 172 goals and 48 assists. He didn't like to pass the ball. But that's okay. 220 points. That's the record for AMSA for most points in a career, most goals in a career, most goals in a season. All those records now belong to him. Was voted by the Central Mass Coaches Association this year as an academic All-American. One of only 3 academic All-Americans and 7 All-Americans total out of all the Central Mass teams. A league All-Star, 3-year captain, just did everything for us that on the field. Just a leader through and through, on and off the field. Him with these other seniors, just everything they did to get these younger guys up to speed and get them. It's guys like him and Caden and DeRose and these other seniors that get these younger guys ready and get them so that every year we're there. Every year we're competing, and that's where we are now, and it's thanks to players like this. I'm definitely I'm gonna miss you guys a lot, but I'm excited to see, like I said, what you guys do in the future. And Tom's also will be going to Bentley to continue his lacrosse career, and Caden maybe West Virginia, maybe. We'll see, yeah. So, but that's it for us, so thank you guys. Certainly not least, we'll welcome to the podium Coach Jason Ayek with our girls varsity softball program.
I'm Jason Aiden, coach of the varsity softball team. Being one of the newest coaches at Answer, it is fully expected for me to be the most unprepared. So to not disappoint, I am absolutely the most unprepared. Okay. 2022 was an incredible season for Answer softball. We finished with an overall record of 17-4. We won our Colonial League for the first time in school history with a record of 9-1. And we made our way to the quarterfinals of the Central Mass tournament and the Elite Eight of the state tournament. Our leaders, our captains, our three captains, provided a great environment for the younger players to grow, to learn, motivated them, and I told you I'm fully unprepared for this. I didn't know we were supposed to prepare speeches. But the girls did a great job as a team. I was more impressed with the way that they came together as a team for such an age-diverse group. It's uncommon for 7th graders, 8th graders to be able to mesh well with the seniors, and the seniors did an incredible job helping these girls through the course of the season. Let's get to the awards. Flags. There are 3 players that are not here that I would like to recognize. One of them is Heather Carter, sophomore. One of them is Laurel Harras, sophomore, and Maddie Glynn, 8th grade. Maddie Glynn, 8th grade. Amelia Carvalho. Ashley Corral. Abigail Asman. Grace Galvin. Sophia Hamill. Erica Larson. Charlotte Shaletta. Jill Benoit. Brooke Ladati. Ava McLeod. Eliana Carvalho. Kathleen Galvin. And our only senior, Piper Kinney. First award I'll pass out will be to the most improved player. Our team, at the end of each season, picks their players. We do a vote and they pick players. I don't always exactly agree with their decisions based on their awards. So in this case, I picked what I felt was the most improved player. It was a very tough competition between 2 players that had exceptional years after having, hard-fought years the year before. But this player has to catch what I consider the best pitching staff in all of Massachusetts for a high school pitching staff. That goes to Sophia Hamill. And I will add, she's only a 9th grader. Our unsung hero goes to a player
that has achieved excellence receives very little recognition. Unfortunately, she also has to play behind one of the best players in the state at her position. She's done everything I've ever asked her, received very little recognition, and I believe next year she will be one of those top players in the state. Ashley Corral. My Coach's Award. My Coach's Award goes to the player that stays late, drives me crazy, asking me a million questions, always wants to understand every single thing about the game or what my thought process is. Will even argue with me if she doesn't agree. Will stay late with other players, will show up at the field, will call me asking if we can get down for some extra practice. It's a person that definitely leads by example. My Coach's Award goes to Amelia Carvalho. I'll pull out my phone for a little bit of stats on my MVP. So our MVP goes to our only senior this year. Piper Kinney has had an amazing career at AMSA. On top of missing a whole year due to COVID and a short season due to COVID, she's achieved some goals that will stand as the highest as of now in AMSA history. One of them will be, she had 355 strikeouts. She pitched 186 innings and had 355 strikeouts. That is an absolute amazing feat from a girl that started pitching at 8th grade. She finished her career with a batting average of .472. That is from her 7th grade all the way up, which is another amazing feat. She was voted Colonial League All-Star. This year she was voted 2022 TNG All-Star, and she also accomplished her 100th hit in half of 2 seasons, missing a season and a half, which again is a very hard thing to do in softball. Piper Kinney. Photo. Just a few more minutes, time for some academic awards. I'll first announce the team academic award winners. If your team name is called, please stand for a moment of recognition. These are the teams with the highest average among the varsity student athletes for this spring. The boys team with the highest average, and it was an average of 91.1, boys varsity track and field. Congratulations, boys. And the girls team this spring with the highest average, and it's an average of 93.3, girls varsity tennis. Well done, ladies. Congratulations. And at this point, we're going to recognize a few individuals for their outstanding work in the classroom. These are the we have male and female awards for underclassmen and male and female awards for the upperclassmen. So there'll be 4 award winners. Again, these are student athletes from these spring's varsity teams with the highest average. For underclassmen, the male winner from the boys tennis team with an average of 96.02, sophomore, Manraj Singh.
Come on, Raj, sneak out. For an underclassmen female winner from the girls track and field team with an average of 97.69, freshman Caitlin Massey. Come on up, Caitlin. All right, for the upperclassmen, the male winner is a junior from the boys track and field team with an average of 98.19, Ryan Young. All right, the last award of the evening, the female with the highest GPA is a junior from the girls track and field team with an incredible average of 99.11, Hannah Baraka. Parents of these academic award winners, come on up for pictures if you like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much for your attendance tonight. I do appreciate it. Congratulations to all our award winners. Thank you to our coaches and kids. Everybody have a wonderful summer. Thank you very much for coming tonight.